Here we go, the beginning of the free dance event, representing Bulgaria, Elena Dimitrova and Aleksei RIABTSEV. And this is their first Junior Grand Prix event together.
And Elena and Aleksei showcasing, as we expect to see throughout the event, a complete contrast to that which they performed in the rhythm dance. Elena Dimitrova and Aleksei RIABTSEV representing Bulgaria. And to me, Ted, I suppose, again, this is where I feel passionately kind of defensive over what's just taken place, because there are lots of things that are admirable, and you can just see Elena just trying to cajole Aleksei. He's a very strong skater, just as we saw with the rhythm dance, they have not had the repetition. And you can see, I don't know the backstory, I don't know how long the couple have been together necessarily, but you do sense that they're still very new to one another and to these pieces. Here you can see the speed of the rotation, they're just amazing. And that's where I was aware there were so many positives. Here we can see the 1 foot turn, so working through a forward rocker there. This is a bracket turn, and then their fourth was the twizzle. It's a free rein for the teams as to which combination of turns they use, but they must deliver rocker, counter, bracket, and twizzle. Here we look through the twizzle sequence and both really struggling with that, and that an unfortunate kind of reflection of where they're at individually, I suppose, even though I can see there's still so many strengths, and it felt like not united.
Yeah, the team is has not skated long enough together to just automatically know where you are. It's sort of like, you know, when you're in a new house, you know, forget, you know, where are the stairs, where are this, you know, you're just a little bit disjointed for a while before you get used to it. And so in this case, they might be strong individual skaters. As a team, they're still very new, and you can see that newness in not knowing where each other are all the time. But that's okay, that will get much better in time and more practice.
Yeah, just, you know, now for me with this team, if we're thinking about the future and moving forward, just having a structured training plan so that they can find time, if possible, without knowing what ice they have available to them, to do the basic skills work, and then to do, you know, a certain amount of repetitions in each section of this free dance, so that they can just continually get more and more into a bit of an automatic pilot with the steps, to be able to then transcend thinking about, you know, what's the hold, what's the steps, where am I in relation to each other, and then to think more about equality, not what they're doing, but how they're doing it.
It's a long, long process, and we talked about this earlier, pending the amount of facility time on ice and off ice that you have will speed up or be slower in your development. So, you know, those skaters that, it's terrible to say to be obsessed with, because I don't mean that in a negative way, but spending a lot of time in studying the sport yourself to know what it is you want to do, want to be, or then putting an action plan together both off the ice and on the ice. And that gets time consuming and complicated. And, you know, moving from year to year, you get better. 40.03, the free dance score. They are the first team out of the event with a total competition score of 69.44.